The ball kick there.
Reece Welsh and Eli Campbell have gone forward for Everton. Bates takes the corner. Held away by first defender. Isaac Heath scrapping away. Jack Patter's there with him as well. Goal kick, Manchester City. Seen a few familiar faces around Finch Farm tonight, haven't you, Pete? It's been like this is your life for you tonight, this isn't it?
Yeah, maybe I just need that book that they used to give out with the pictures in. But like you say, nice to see some familiar faces.
One or two former teammates from your time at Everton. Have you spotted one or two of those?
Yeah, there's been a couple former teammates here at various different age groups or levels, and then ultimately we've played throughout the EFL together, a couple of us as well, so good to see them again.
Manchester City will build from the back. Every Manchester City side plays the same way. They don't give the ball away like these young lads have just done. And the first attempt on goal is from the informed Shaw McAllister. Comfortable save for True Grant. Would you have played against his dad, Lee Grant, at any point during your career? He played up and down the leagues. I'm sure you would. You probably played against everyone who's kicked the ball in the last 20 years, haven't you?
There's a fair chance I have. Yeah, no, funnily enough, I've played with his dad, played against him as well. So yeah, he's obviously watched his dad closely and following in his footsteps now with the gloves on there.
He's quite well thought of as well.
Yeah, I believe so. So
he's been in and around the first team picture as True Grant for Manchester City. And although Manchester City are at the bottom of the Premier League too, if you've got young players who are anywhere near their first team, they must have something about them, mustn't they?
Definitely, like you say, if they've got young players that are in and around their first team, and we've seen a few just recently getting minutes or opportunities in squads, it's great for them. You know, obviously at all clubs that's the idea, but you know, they're obviously doing something right to be in and around their first team.
Good challenge that by Kyle John, and that will be a foul. Callum Bates it was, upended by Kane Taylor. And easy decision for the referee. Fraser Barnsley takes the goal kick, led by Samuel. And Bates wins it for Everton. Just sounding each other out in the opening exchanges. Roman Dixon. That'll be a good contest over on that far side. Joe Lindala is quick for Manchester City. Roman Dixon is absolute lightning for Everton. So that'll be a keenly contested matchup tonight, Pete.
Definitely one I'm intrigued to see. You know, when you have good, promising young players coming up against each other, you know, the mindset I'm thinking should be that, you know, I want to get the better of you. So it'll be interesting to see how the evening goes with the two players over there.
Ball forward from Welsh. Katia Kiarte chests the ball out of play. Start of a big week for the football club. U21 action tonight. First team at Craven Cottage tomorrow, and then again in action on Saturday. Lunchtime kick-off against Tottenham Hotspur. Nice turn by Abuado. Chance for Manchester City. Tendala inside the penalty area. Good covering back from Halid Pater. Best distribution, but he did the hard bit as well that time. Matiapta brings it forward. Katia Kiarte runs down the middle. Matiapta carries it forward, but just run out of legs. And Kane Taylor got it back off him, but at least in the blink of an eye, Pete, we were 80 or 90 yards up the pitch. Yeah,
as you say, the initial defensive work from Jan Pater was fantastic. Got in, helped out his full-back, broke up play. The initial pass was one that was given away, but again he reacted ever so well. Won the ball back and passed it through to Matiapta, who drove up the pitch, and perhaps on another day he could have got a shot away, touch sooner, or slid the ball in for Sean McAllister.
It's probably a night for trying to look from distance, isn't it?
Definitely, goalkeepers, the ball bouncing in front of them, skidding off the surface. It's not, it's not an enviable position to be playing on an evening like this.
They get a little bit heavier than anything. Samuel. Simpson just waits and then throws it back to True Grant. Back to Simpson Pusey. It's a decent ball, but just too much pace on it. If you're going to play a long diagonal tonight, of all nights, Clarkey, it's got to be spotted.
It has. If that ball hits the surface, it's going to skid, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to go out of play unless it's right on the money and hitting the player on the full.
Really give Callum Bates much of a chance with that Campbell. And Manchester City can counter, and Manchester City can have a go now. Plays it square to Darla. Dealt with nicely by Roman Dixon. And Joel Ndala gives away a free kick. Didn't make the best of that, did they?
No, they could have, had they worked it properly, they could have got a shot on goal. But as you mentioned before, the battle on that far side is going to be an interesting one. But just as the game's starting to evolve there, the full-back overlapping Galvez, he's going to cause a problem as well if young Jampachet doesn't recover back with him. It could leave Roman Dixon with 1 or 2 problems, but up to this point he's been terrific in his work, diligently getting back and helping out.
They're giving the ball away again inside their own half of the field, and Roman Dixon just put the afterburners on to get goal side of Joel Ndala. Ndala's forced away from goal, slides it across the middle to the young Scot Josh Adam. City on the front foot here in the opening stages at Finch Farm. Mickey Hamilton, who has had first team experience, albeit briefly, for Pep Guardiola. Samuel, no way through. City will have to start again. Kian Noble, Ndala running. Roman Dixon takes on Dixon. Dixon just nudges him off the ball. That'll be a goal kick for Everton. And again, when you make that sort of challenge, you've got to get that right, haven't you?
You do. When you get into the penalty area and you're defending 1 versus 1, it's certainly not a night to be lunging in and making wild sliding challenges, but stays on his feet, gets him outside, so he's gone the longest route to goal, just leans on him just enough to put him off balance, and the ball runs out of play. Really good defending in the end, that Barry.
Fraser Barnsley to Eli Campbell. Left footed, slices it a little bit, and it drifts out of play on this near side. Last time out, Manchester City were soundly beaten by Stoke City by 5-1, and before that, believe it or not, Manchester City Under-21s entertained Norwich City at the very impressive Etihad Academy, and Norwich City went back with a 6-0 win. So they don't come here in the best of form to Manchester City. There's Ndala, he's going to be the outlet time and time again. And again, Roman Dixon does well, sticks to his task, stops the cross from young Finland international Thomas Galvez, the number 5 for Manchester City, and he is a full international, by the way. He's got a couple of caps already for Finland, and once again, Roman Dixon was diligent enough.
Yeah, he's been really diligent in his defending. Like I mentioned just before, the 2 full-backs, the 2 wide players over on that far side, it's a really interesting battle that's going on over there. And I think, the longer the game wears on, it's going to become really key to how the game progresses. Those...
It's a good corner in, and it's a free header, and it's a very good save by Fraser Barnsley. It was Lakal Samuel who found space inside the penalty area, powered the header goalwards, and it was a very, very good save by Fraser Barnsley. Here's the replay, Peter.
Yeah. good corner, uses the element. Kyle Samuel gets up really well on the edge of the 6-yard box, powers the header.
Doesn't do much wrong, does he?
No, not a lot wrong, and you know, Fraser Barnsley does well, gets strong hands behind it and directs it away from the goal, away from that danger area.
Corner kick for Manchester City, and it comes, dealt with well by Eli Campbell, picked up by Jacob Wright. It's a clever pass, and it's a good pass as well to Kane Taylor. Taylor slides it into the penalty area, and Kyle John comes across to clear his lines, but they're just finding their feet a little bit here, Manchester City.
Yeah, Manchester City are just starting to take control of the contest as it stands at this moment in time, building up a bit of pressure, keeping Everton back in the defensive third. Just need to, when we get the ball, we just need to be a little bit more composed and keep it just a little bit better.
Yeah, Galvez to Ndala. Again, forced away from goal by Roman Dixon, and Jan Patter stands his ground in front of Ndala. Thomas Galvez. A rush challenge. The referee thought about it, didn't he? But Khalid Jan Patter is penalised.
Yeah, initial thought was he got the ball, but obviously the referee was far closer than we were. But had he allowed play to go on, it was a real opportunity for us perhaps to counter attack, as Callum Bates was going to pick it up and was the wrong side of their midfield.
Just drills the ball right to this near side to Mika Hamilton. Hamilton slides it to the edge of the penalty area. Well done, Katia Kiarte.
Defending really well there from the wrong side, Katia Kiarte. We don't want to see him back on the edge of his own defensive third.
I think it's systematic the way the game's going at the moment. Manchester City are asking the questions. They've won on the corner. If you've got that number 9 on the back of your royal blue jersey, you are expected to put a shift in, Clarky, as you know only too well.
Of course, you know, anyone wearing a royal blue shirt needs to put in a fantastic shift whenever they have the honour of wearing the shirt. So it's nothing short of what's expected, and he's got to keep doing that. You know, they're certainly on top at this moment in time of Manchester City, but got to weather that storm, that pressure, and do what we can when we've got possession of the ball.
Too deep that corner. Kyle Samuel did his best to make something of it, but it would have been something special to keep it alive from that position. It's a goal kick for Everton. Campbell back to Fraser Barnsley. Kyle John towards Isaac Heath. Simpson Poozy stops him in his track. Heath feeds it back to Eli Campbell. Takes the safety option back to the goalkeeper. Of all the teams you played for, Pete, during your career, and we were talking before counting reserve games, friendlies and internationals, over 1,000, is Everton still one of the early results you look for when you come off the park?
Yeah, of course it is. You know, as I mentioned before, I owe an immense debt of gratitude to this football club and the people involved with it. So of course it's probably the first. Certainly if they've played on a Saturday at the same time as myself, it's the first that I look for, and I'm always hoping that it's a positive result.
Yeah. Still playing Peter Clark alongside me for Warrington Town in the National League North, and as you and I have mentioned time and time again, you have to be the last player playing competitive senior football who was a teammate of Paul Gascoigne. It's not a bad label to have, is it?
No, it's one I'll certainly take. And what a privilege that was to play with, you know, someone so iconic as Paul Gascoigne. Yeah, I'm not sure there'll be too many that have played with him that are still rolling out.
No, not at all. Still fondly remembered from his days at Belfield, Paul Gascoigne, even though you needed eyes in the back of your head at all times.
In the back of your head, in the side of your head, and everywhere, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, certainly some interesting times.
City had possession with Galvez. Nicely turned by Kane Taylor. Noble to Samuel. Hamilton, intercepted by Matty Abda. Throw in for City. 16.5 minutes of play gone. Just that one save thus far from Fraser Barnsley from a powerful header by Kyle Samuel. Zandala challenging back by Jack Patter again. Just put a shift in Halle Jack Patter.
Fantastic shift over on that side. You know, obviously wide players have undoubted ability with the ball, but you know, when you get someone putting in a shift like he is over there, certainly as a full back and someone who's playing in front of you, it's a real positive to have for yourself, for the team, and for the collective.
Paul Tate's been stripped of quite a few goals this season. When you think of Lewis Dobbin's been with the first team for most of it, Tom Callan left the football club, Ellis Sims left the football club. So it's a collective responsibility. Sean McAllister's on 5 for the season. There aren't many other goals out there amongst the boys on parade, but as you said before, as you reiterated, Clarkey, when senior players, if you like, at this level get bumped up, you've got to see it as an opportunity to impose yourself and put yourself in Paul Tate's eye line. Sloppy from Eli Campbell. Manchester City won a penalty. They're not going to get one. And he just lost his concentration momentarily there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
here's the replay.
Let's have a look.
Wasn't the best of balls from Kyle, maybe. I don't think Eli knew that he was there.
No, I don't think I think Josh Adams is pressing. Eli Campbell thinks he's one side when actually he comes round the other and he turns into the trouble. I think on another day they've been giving us penalties.
Intercepted by Carl John. Abta can't get the loose ball. Adam. Samuel. Jacob Wright. Well pursued by Callum Bates. Back with the 2 number 6s, and Wright plays it back to True Grant. 19 minutes gone. 0-0. 3 points for Everton would elevate the boys up into the mid-division of Premier League 2. It's a different format this season. It's not the most straightforward of formats. 26 teams in the league. Here comes City again. That's a good ball. It's a good take as well by centre forward. He works his way into the penalty area, comes off the post, and it's scrambled into the back of the net. And Manchester City have taken the lead. It was good work by Justin Abawardo to get inside the penalty area. And Manchester City, with 19.5 minutes on the clock, have scrambled their way ahead, Peter.
Yeah, as you see, cuts inside. Barnsley makes a good save with his feet. It comes back, unfortunately, off the inside of the post, and then it's almost a free-for-all. And it's very difficult for the defender going back to be able to clear that away. When the defender, you're facing your own goal, attacker can just slide in and get any sort of touch on it, and it's in the back of the net.
Kane Taylor it was who scored the goal. And as you say, Fraser Barnsley, more than a little unfortunate there. Made a decent block on it, but once it bounced off the inside of the post, could have gone anywhere. And Kane Taylor reacted quicker than anybody else, and he's forced it over the line. Everton trail by a 1-0 here at Finch Farm. McAllister, that'd be a free kick.
Yeah, showed good feet with 3 players around him, but again, I'd like to see him doing his work further up the pitch.
Hasn't been involved much, has he yet, Sean?
No, not at the minute. Unfortunately, you know, City have had most of the ball and pushed us back. But you know, now goals change games. Maybe, you know, releases the shackles off the players and we might play a little more freely. But like I say, I prefer to see Sean McAllister in their final third than back around the halfway line.
Inside the penalty area, Abta takes the deflection, and it's a corner kick. Nice positive response from Everton.
Yeah, great response from them going behind. You know, a good little show of strength in their character.
He can be so effective, Roman Dixon, when he opens his legs and sprints forward like that and joins in the attack, because if he does put the afterburners on, they're not keeping up with him.
No, he played in a youth cup game going back that I watched, and he was a standout performer. So, like you say, if you can get a overlapping his wide player and put the afterburners on, it's a real asset for the team.
Isaac Heath, twisting and turning, turn escape from Josh Adam. Kane Taylor, the Manchester City goal scorer, can bring it away. Take 1 or 2 chances at the back, Manchester City. That's good play. Simpson Posey, it's one of those that's good play at the end of it, but had he lost the ball, he'd have been in a bit of trouble, wouldn't he?
Yeah, they lost it there in his own penalty area, he'd have been in a bit of a pickle.
Here they come again, across the penalty area. And Abuado wasn't far away from making it 2. Yeah, I've got their tails up, Manchester City. They only won 1 game in Premier League 2 this season, that was 4-0 away at Newcastle. But they're certainly in the ascendancy here. And Everton have got to try and get a grip of this game.
Yeah, like you said, they're in the ascendancy, but it's an opportunity now for the players to try and impose themselves on it and not let the game get away from them.
So shows what you're made of time, isn't it?
Of course it is. It's you know, when things are perhaps going against you a little bit, there's that little bit of adversity. It's where, you know, people show their true character. You know, and that's something I'm sure, you know, Paul Tate and Keith Southern are looking for with their players.
Eli Campbell. Back to Fraser Barnsley. Back to Barnsley again. You and Keith were here at the same time, weren't you?
We were, for sure, Darren. We were here together, we played in the youth team together, the reserves. We went on loan to Blackpool together. We played at Huddersfield together, so our paths have crossed at various points through the course of time.
He's doing a smashing job as well here alongside Paul Tate.
Yeah, brilliant, and a fantastic guy as well, Keith.
Yes, he is, yeah. Good football man.
He is, for sure.
And the makings of a decent Everton move there down the right-hand side. Just couldn't get the ball into the danger zone, but it's a throw-in for Everton. Past the midway point in the first half. Kiyate. These are playing with a bit of confidence now, aren't they?
They are, definitely. You know, at the same time though, Darren, I don't want to see the Everton players given too much respect.
No.
You know, we've some good players of our own, and I'm looking for them to impose themselves on the Manchester City players.
Here they come again. Kane Taylor attacking with pace through the midfield area, and Darla sets off on that left-hand side. Roman Dixon stands his ground, and Darla brings it in, goes down under the challenge of Reece Welsh, and well, I'm sure if we have VAR, they'd be scrutinising that pretty closely. But referee tonight lets it go. That's another one we'll need to have a little look at, Pete.
Yeah, I'm hopeful we'll get a replay of it. It's obviously not VAR, but get a replay of it, and we can give our opinion on it. Again, it's one of those that you see given and sometimes not given.
Yeah. Big difference, isn't it? Games like this, or when there's 50,000 people screaming for it.
Yeah, it certainly is. Huge difference.
Throw in for Manchester City on this near side. And Darla, nothing in that, was there?
No, he goes down very easily. There's minimal contact, and to be fair, Reece Welsh is just carrying on his run. Unfortunately, you know, he goes down Joel and Darla very, very easily.
He's done something there, not he's fallen on his hand or on his arm.
Yeah, he still looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Moving gingerly there on the far side. Noble to Ndala. He looks a lot better with the ball at his feet than he did 20 seconds ago without it.
Yeah, miraculously that arm looks better now, Darren.
Simpson Posey. Manchester City. Jack Patter to Kiyate. Midfield to McAllister. Isaac Heath, chance to run at full back for the first time. looks to switch the play. It's an ambitious ball. It's nowhere near Halid Jampata. You know, just look a bit scrappy, don't we, at the moment?
A little bit, Darren, yeah. I mean, he has the ball, he cuts inside, and Kyle John, he made an underlapping run really, really well. And if he was able to get the ball to him, he was free. Getting into their final third, I just, you know, sometimes that decision making is, you know, it's been a little bit wayward, shall we say.
Everton 0, Manchester City 1. Finch Farm, Premier League 2. Rolls it back to True Grant. Always ambitious, that. Sean McAllister. Well, he looked up, you could see what he was trying to do there. It was a clever effort because the keeper was a yard or two off his line. Noble tried to thread it through the eye of a needle, and decent bit of play, a little bit of improvisation from Sean McAllister.
It was. I think True Grant had realised what was perhaps happening and got back to nullify the threat well enough.
Foul mark here at Finch Farm. Everton trailing. Kayate can't get it off Kane Taylor. Dala picks it up again. Samson Poozy. Rolls out of play. And Samuel that was trying to keep it in on this near side. That'll be a throw in for Everton. We gather that Kensia Kayate, coming back from injury, will only play the first 45 minutes, so we know we'll see Charlie Whittaker, who was also easing his way back after a long injury layoff. Great to see him involved again, Charlie. Josh Adam overhits the pass.
Always good when players have been out injured to see them getting back on the pitch and getting minutes again.
Adam. Well policed by Kyle John. And Kyle John does enough to frustrate the young Scotsman, who gives away a free kick. He's been out for over a year, Charlie, so it's going to take him a good few games to get back into the groove, isn't it?
Yeah, when a player, any player, young player or a more seasoned player has been out for that length of time, it's going to take him, like you say, a good few games to get back into the swing of things. It's only really when you get into the games that you kind of get that sharpness. As much as you can train and add to workload, it's that sharpness of the game that's imperative to a player.
Apter. Jampata. Roman Dixon free on the right hand side, but Jampata, well, he tries to get the ball out from under his feet to play the pass, I think, but he's won a free kick in a good position for Everton on the edge of the penalty area, and this probably represents our best chance so far to put a bit of pressure on True Grant.
Yeah, definitely. He received the ball ever so well, got his body in front of Kane Taylor, drew the foul, and like you say, this presents a really, really good opportunity for us to test the goalkeeper, True Grant.
Sean McAllister, I'm sure, will go for goal, and then the onus is on the other boys in royal blue to follow it up.
Yeah, I think it's pretty certain that Sean McAllister's going to, he's going to take the free kick, and I would imagine that this is definitely going to be a shot on goal. Just you know, when you get an opportunity like this, you don't want to waste it. You want to make the goalkeeper work.
Just after half an hour at Finch Farm, Sean McAllister with his right foot through the wall, but wide of the mark. Shame that. It's always a sign when the two centre-halves don't go forward, you know full well the kicker's going to go for goal. And Sean McAllister is berating himself there. He will feel that he could have done a little bit better there.
Yeah, you know, a player with his ability, like I say, I'd love to have seen him working the goalkeeper, making sure he hit the target.
Hitting the top, that's it in a nutshell, isn't it? Hit the target.
Yeah, certainly on a night like this, Darren, where if it bounces in front of the goalkeeper, might come back off him and gives someone following in an opportunity to perhaps get a tap in.
There's Galvez, good tracking back again from John Patter. That'll be a corner kick for Manchester City.
Yeah, it's a really interesting battle over that side of the pitch with the two full-backs and the two wide players. To be honest with you though, I'd love to see Jan Patter at the other end of the pitch causing the Manchester City full-back more of a problem
Just
than
haven't
him.
managed to do that, have we?
No,
so far.
not yet. His work out of possession's been brilliant, really diligent, but like I say, I'd much prefer to see him attacking and causing his full-back problems.
Corner kick Manchester City, 32 minutes on the clock at Finch Farm. City are leading by a goal to nil. In comes the corner, that's on the right, handed away by Campbell, volleyed goalwards by Samuel, and a chance for Everton to counter here. Cassia Kiarte is going to try the full-back for pace, but Simpson Pusi had a head start and used that head start to his advantage and safely guides it back to True Grant. But you could see what Cassie was trying to do there.
Yeah, you could, for sure. I mean, where the ball breaks to, why not have a run? Get in the foot race with him, and he had virtually half a pitch to run into, so it was an opportunity to do that. But as you say there, Simpson Pusi did very, very well and matched the run and recycle the ball back to his goalkeeper.
It'll be a free kick for Manchester City. Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, lead Premier League 2 this season. Played 11, won 11. Tottenham Hotspur, so great first half of the campaign for them. Kane Taylor to Ndala. Here we go again. Ndala versus Dixon. Ndala, good bit of footwork. Dixon again sticks to his task, and again, Jan Patter is there to help out. It makes such a difference to a fullback, doesn't it, when you know the player in front of you is going to put a shift in like Hallett is tonight.
Definitely, a huge difference. You know, he stops him going on the outside run. Dixon gets him back inside, and there he is. He then turns back into the recovering wide player, Jan Patter, who, as I said before, he's been really diligent in his defensive work.
On the hook from Roman Dixon. It'll be a throw in for Manchester City. Jamal Simpson Pusi. Back to Grant. Noble. Take one chance too many. Kiarte, oh, and he just couldn't find the blue jersey. That was an opportunity. Manchester City messing about with it at the back. And again, just make the best of it, did we?
No, not quite. It's that final little bit of care, that final pass. Like you say, we've not just seen enough care with that to really punish Manchester City. There's been opportunities, and they've given the ball away in their own defensive third. You know, so that's something that Paul Tate and Keith Southern can take real heart from. But I'm sure it's something that they'll be telling the players to be aware of and perhaps take a little bit more care with after the break.
Still very much alive, this game, don't worry about that. Manchester City leading by a goal to nil with 10 minutes to go at the end of the first half. But Fraser Barnsley has been beaten once and he's made a good save, but by and large hasn't been overly worked. Here's Dixon running forward instead of backwards for once, but Ndala takes it off it, brings it in field. Nice little nick in from Matty Apter, then a great challenge from Apter to win the second ball as well. A good old-fashioned challenge that got the nod of approval from Peter Clark, that's for sure.
Thunderous tackle, like you say, Darren, from Matty Apter. And sometimes a really strong tackle can galvanise a team and a group of people.
Definitely. If that's in front of 40,000 people, they're on their feet now, aren't they?
Of course they are. They're giving it, they're cheering, they're clapping it. It's something they're celebrating.
Especially at Goodison Park, nothing better than a thunderous tackle. There he goes again. Apter. Noble. Thomas Galvez. Back again. It's better from Everton. was Callum Bates with a challenge, and Sean McAllister's gone down inside the centre circle. City press on regardless with Kane Taylor. Right to Ndala. Jacob Rice who's winded himself up for a shot then. Josh Adam. Hamilton. Patient from Manchester City. And Justin Abawado ends the move with a shot into the side netting, and the finish didn't really match the intricacy of the build-up play.
He got himself in a decent enough position, and the finish was almost a little bit wild in comparison to the neat build-up play that had gone before it.
Goal kick Everton. Sean McAllister out of your picture, thankfully back on his feet. I think he just fell awkwardly. There'll be a few awkward spills this evening in these atrocious conditions. Bates. Nice turn, has himself a bit of space. Plays it towards Kiyate. Sorry, it was John Patter fixing in field to Kiyate. Wide to Isaac Heath. Kyle John sprinting forward in support. Heath brings it in field. Can't get a shot on goal. It's a free kick for Everton in another very promising situation.
Yeah, it is. Isaac Heath's got a free kick in a really promising position. But nice again to see Kyle John overlapping down that left hand side, causing problems for the defenders, whether they stay with the ball or do they go with the runner.
The quick R2 fullbacks, aren't they, Kyle and Roman Dixon?
They are. They cover the ground really quickly, and I'd like to see a little bit more link-up play, perhaps between Isaac Heath and Kyle John, and see what if we can get some end product, and if you get behind their defenders and fizz the ball between the goalkeeper and the defenders, gives an opportunity. They could slide one in their own goal, or one of our forward players gets a tap in.
There's a break in play because, as you can see there, the Manchester City goal scorer Kane Taylor is requiring some treatment from the Manchester City medical staff. I didn't quite see what happened. I was following the ball on this left-hand side. I don't know whether those are coming together, and Kane Taylor came off second best, but the Everton players have come over for a drinks break. Here's the replay here. Oh yeah, it wasn't coming together. It was Halid Patter. And hopefully he's just winded, which can happen in those challenges.
It certainly can, Darren. It was like he hit a brick wall when he ran into Jan Patter, who didn't really give him a second thought.
No, he's come off second best, Kane Taylor. Big lad, Halid Patter, big strong boy. Thankfully, Kane Taylor back on his feet. As the Everton staff leave the comfort of the dugout out into the elements, and you can see there on your picture just how heavy the rain is, and it's been incessant here in Halewood all afternoon. And another chance for Everton to hopefully, Peter, at least hit the target. Let's work the goalkeeper.
Yeah, definitely. With just over 5 minutes until half time, it'd be great to test the goalkeeper out, perhaps in an ideal situation, and get it to skid up off the turf, and cause him an issue. But like you say there, Darren, we've really got to make the goalkeeper work.
Sean McAllister looks like he's going to go for goal again. Once again, Ian Campbell and Reece Welsh have stayed back. And Sean McAllister fizzed his first one past the goalkeeper's right hand post. The angle is different this time. It's from the left hand side, as you can see. Measuring it up, Sean McAllister. Deliberate run up. Is this the moment for Everton? Less than 5 minutes plus added time to go at the end of the first half. City leading by a goal to nil. And this time, having been a little bit too wide, Sean McAllister is a little bit too high. And again, a bit of a disappointment with that.
It is.
It's not an easy skill, is it? But
it's not an easy skill, Darren. You're spot on. We look at those players that can take free kicks or have taken free kicks. Beckham, James Ward-Prowse,
Leighton Baines.
Of course, Leighton Baines. He's a standout individual. It's not something that's an easy skill, but
no, not at all.
Like I say, I'd love them to have worked the goalkeeper more than we have done with the two opportunities we've had from dead ball situations.
Dixon back to Welsh. Eli Campbell back to Fraser Barnsley. Suppose they nearly sold Eli short there. Carl John off into Apter to Azahid. Good play from Everton in the end. Sean McAllister made a good forward run, and he had to check his run. The referee checks the lines, but he's still onside. And Everton have moved the ball nicely up this left-hand side. Piarte into the box, and it's hacked away. It'll be a throw-in for Everton. And from the position we were in inside our own penalty area, where Fraser Barnsley nearly sold Eli short, we've done really well to get up the pitch there.
Yeah, Eli Campbell showed great composure and calmness on the ball. And like you say, some really good intricate play between the lads down this left-hand side.
He cut the balls away early doors, Eli Campbell, but he's grown into the game and he's shown just what a good player he is. He's been so consistent this season.
Yeah, it's
he's played.
That, you know, players can give passes away, but it's how they react, Darren, as
Yes,
well, and that shows a maturity and a strength of character to say, yeah, give me the ball again. I'm prepared to make another mistake, but he hasn't done since then. He's picked good passes. He's done his work really, really diligently, and that's a great attribute to have and to see in a young player.
Alan Bates threads it through. Roman Dixon, if anyone can catch it, it'll be him. And he somehow manages to get there. So he gets a second bite at the cherry, and he just lets the ball roll out of play. It'll be a corner kick. As quick a player as I've ever seen at this football club at any level.
He's certainly,
it's an asset you've got to have now, isn't it?
Pace is a massive asset in the modern day game, Darren. Something I was never blessed with, but it's you know, certainly something that if you have, then utilise it.
Yes, Jan Patter, the first few yards are always in your head, though, weren't they? You could read the game.
Well,
which is another massive asset to have.
Maybe so. You know, you learn different ways. You know, you've got to maybe get the fight on your own terms, and the foot race would never be top of my list of priorities, but you learn other ways, and
other ways to stop them.
You do. But Roman Dixon, it's a fantastic asset for a young player to have, and it's great to see him using it.
There's Noble for Manchester City as we edge towards the 45th minute. Galvez breaks forward now. He looked a little bit offside there to me, and the linesman on this near side concurs and raises his flag. And it can be so difficult for the assistant referees with the pace of the game these days to keep up with play, can't it?
Definitely, like you say, the pace of the game. It can be very, very difficult for officials to keep up with play and also make the correct decisions. It's not an enviable task. They do get some stick. You know, it's I think looking from what I could see, I think he's made the right decision there.
He's got that one right, to be fair. And we'll have 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. 3 minutes of added time. Nudging it back on Piarte. McAllister picks it up.
Look like a good old-fashioned
similar to the one that was on Dominic Calvert-Lewin when Luton scored their opening goal at Goodison in the Cup on Saturday. That one either.
Sometimes, like I say, we've mentioned the officials there, and they do have a difficult task, but sometimes they miss things that are almost clear as day.
Especially when it's over.
Now, as you mention it,
into the arms of the goalkeeper. Not been a good season for VAR, has it? But you're glad you're not operating with VAR.
Well, it's I don't know. How do I say it? It's a relief, I think, for myself. You know, you were. I think people were hoping it would clear up some of the indiscrepancies that we sometimes saw, but I'm not sure it necessarily has. I think it's possibly added more confusion at times.
I think most fans would vote to rid the game of VAR, don't you?
Yeah.
Just go back to human error. At least you could celebrate the goals. It's been refreshing to see the odd FA Cup tie that hasn't been governed by VAR. We've had a minute off of the added 3. Looks like Everton will go in a single goal in arrears. Kane Taylor the goal scorer.
Great switch of play there from Eli to Eli Campbell out to the left hand side. Unfortunately just miscontrolled, and Manchester City are now back on the counter attack.
As always, we'll have some videos for you to watch at the half time. So I'm going to put the kettle on, do it quickly because we'll show you the highlights of the first half thus far. Then we'll bring you a few clips from Sean Dyche's pre-match press conference, which he conducted at Finch Farm in the media suite just this afternoon, ahead of tomorrow's Premier League game against Fulham. And then we'll bring you, as we often do here, an update from our new stadium site. So plenty to keep you occupied during the half-time break. We'll be going in for a warm and a cup of coffee, that's for sure. Unless Everton can pull something out the hat in the last 30 seconds, it will be City that go in at the break. A goal to the good, looking for their second Under-21 Premier League 2 victory of the season. Everton lost just one in the last 7. Darla, that's the most space he's had in this first half. But again, Halit Pata is equal to it. Just comes Roman Dixon. Samuel. John wins it. And Isaac Heath picks it up. John runs into Samuel, and the referee blows the half-time whistle. Everton trail by a goal to 0. But this game still very much alive for the Blues here, Peter Clark.
Definitely. Yes, Manchester City are in the lead, but it's a really open contest. The first part of it, City definitely edged, but since then Everton have come back into it, and we're really starting to make inroads. Not as many opportunities on the goal as we'd perhaps quite have liked, but we are starting to have a bigger impact on it than we were in the first 15 minutes or so.
First half highlights are coming up for you. So is Sean Dyche's pre-match press conference for the first team game against Fulham tomorrow, and another update from our new stadium. We'll be back in around about 13 minutes time at half time here at Finch Farm, the Everton training complex. It's Everton 0, Manchester City 1.
Sean, you've not got long to get ready for your next game. Is that a good thing or a bad thing now?
Good in the sense that you're back on it. The mindset changes quickly. A roll call Sunday, and then moving forwards and getting the team prepped again. So we want the team to be ready and raring to go. They know the fixture list. The challenge of it is when you've got so many injuries, that obviously challenges it because, recovery time, fitness, availability, etc., etc.
Seems an awful long time since Fulham came here, start of the season back in August. What have you learnt about them this season?
Well, I think they had a slower start this season because I thought we were excellent against them. They got a result. I thought we played very well against them in the Cup here, and they got a result, which is not ideal, obviously. I think they've grown into the season. I think they've found a bit more balance to how they play and how their manager, I imagine, wants them to play. So I think they've grown into the season, basically. So they're definitely, I mean, they've generally got a good home record. Never easy going away in the Premier League anyway, but our away record, is strong. So we want to go down there and whatever team we can put together, we want a team that can win a game. And I believe in all these players, regardless of injuries.
From a man management point of view, having lost at home in the Cup tonight, how difficult a job have you got to raise spirits and sort them out mentally?
No, it's a different ball game, I think. The Cup's a different mentality anyway. I said it in the last round. You can feel in the crowd as well. It's a different feel to the Cups. And it's no one's fault. It's just is. The players feel different. It's not the Premier League. It's a different buzz about it. It's a different feel about it. Obviously, the latter stages, it grows in its intensity and its belief. But there's a different feel to it. So I think the players will be naturally responding differently. I want them to, of course, on Tuesday night when we play at Fulham.
Thank you.
Stuart? Got some Stuart.
Sure, you mentioned earlier on there that Tuesday is going to be your 1-year anniversary in charge. I just wondered, the multiple challenges that you have faced, have you actually improved as a manager in that time because of those challenges?
Well, do you know what? You feel you have, but it doesn't matter in football. It's only a matter what you think and what the fans think. It doesn't really matter about me. You know, the truth of any management in football, that is the way that I think I've worked with what we've had to try and deal with. I've been pleased with that for me as an individual. And internally, I know the work that's been done. But externally, no one actually cares. Fans just want you to win a game. Not bothered about the finances, not bothered about 10 points. No, just win some games, mate. That's it, end of story, and you're the same. So internally, yes, I've been happy with what I've done. And yes, some of the stuff that I've learned about this club, about myself and dealing with things and how I handle things. But externally, I'm well aware after a lifetime in football, no one cares. People just say, win a game, mate, end of story. That's where it ends. And that's my mentality. You have to win to succeed. So today I'm disappointed. It's simple as that.
Do you think that the team or the squad, if you like, are in a better place now than what you found when you walked in there a year ago?
Well, we were debating this a couple of weeks ago about the 10 points. If you had the 10 points on, then factually, yes. So, and I think the feel of the team, yes. And I think the energy and the commitment and the cause and all that, yes. Quality, generally, yes, I think. Flexibility of the side to try and find a win, yes. So a lot of good markers, but when the 10 points is not there, of course, people go, well, you know, no one tells a story really, and rightly so. Why? You can't keep harping on about it. I don't like harping on about it. Facts are facts. We're 1 point outside of the relegation zone. That's the fact. So let's get on with the facts. But of course, at the back of your mind, you've got that nagging out. You go, well, have we moved forward? You go, yeah, I think we have. As a team and as a club, we have in different ways. But the facts still remain the same. That's where the table says we are.
I think you touched on the good away record as well. I think it's the 6th best away record in the Premier League. Is it? Do you look at that and wonder why it is, particularly compared to?
No, not particularly. It needed changing, so we did some subtle changes, not radical changes, but it needed changing. That's quite obvious. The last couple of seasons, a lot of noise when I got about the away. A lot of noise about a lot of things, by the way. Away record being one of a list of about 20 that we tried to solve. We have somewhat. Then finding the balance with the home form and getting wins at home. I think the performances at home have actually been better often than the away record, the away performances, but we didn't get the results, particularly early season. You know, it's some ways you've got to find results, home or away. You want both to be right, quite obviously, but we have adapted the away form and got stronger.
Just one from me, Sean. Do you have any knowledge of the extent of Andre Gomez's injury yet?
Yeah, it's a calf. It's not going to be fit this week. It's going to be a matter of time. We don't know how long yet, but it's definitely a calf injury, and he's had a couple of them over the last few months and been very difficult. And it's a loss to us because I think you've seen he was showing he wants to adapt to what we're doing and play for us, and he scored a great free kick and looked sharp as he was getting fitter, and then he gets injured again. So it's really frustrating for him and frustrating for us.
Welcome back to Finch Farm. I'm delighted to say the rain stopped for the first time today, and Everton have got 45 minutes to turn this around, and Peter Clark alongside me on the evidence of the first half. Everton are more than capable of turning things around.
Yeah, definitely, Darren. They've, like I mentioned before, they didn't have the best of starts to the game. City controlled probably the first 15, 20 minutes of it, but they've grown into the game, and like you say, they've got the wherewithal to get back into the game. Nice fast start from them in the second half would be fantastic to see.
Katia Kiarte still out there. I think the original plan was for him to have 45 minutes, but I think they're going to give him another quarter of an hour or so. City through Jacob Wright launched the first attack of the second period, looking as they often did in the first half for the 17-year-old whiz kick Joel Ndala on the left hand side. It's going to be a goal kick for Everton. Campbell ball forward towards Kiarte, headed away by Noble. Simpson Poozy. Jacob Wright gives it back to Noble again. Here's the Finland international, Thomas Galvez. See on your screen there just how open it is here at Finch Farm. We're sitting in the one of two small stands on this near side. Rowan Dixon stopped in his tracks, but he gets up, bites back, and a strong challenge comes in from Matti Abda, who says he got the ball, but possibly just a little bit overzealous on Joel Ndala. The referee's given a free kick, and our view's obscured by the dugout, Peter, but it did look as if there was a little bit of an element of a lunge in there from Matti.
I mean, possibly a foul, but I don't see that that's a cautionable offence.
No, not at all.
I mean, yes, it's a contact sport. It's
Just.
yeah, it's changed, hasn't it? But
Is
if
the
anything,
replay.
yeah, if anything, it's slightly mistimed.
Yeah, it's a foul, as you say, but is it a yellow card?
I don't think so, but there you go.
The games are changing, Peter. The games are changing. There comes Kian Noble from Manchester City. Offloads it to right in the middle of the park. Mika Hamilton, who's not only played for City in the Champions League, he scored for City in the Champions League. It's a good ball to pick out Ndala on the left hand side of the penalty area. He plays to aim at as well. Callum Bates, well, he did have her under control, and he got his pocket picked. Josh Allen. Hamilton forced further wide than he would have liked, and eventually Kyle John sorted out for Everton. There he is again. Throw in for Everton. Nice to get an early goal, wouldn't it? Then have a right good go at them for large parts of the second half.
yeah, like I said, just after the game started again in the second half, or prior to it, it'd be great to get a good start to the half, put City on the back foot, and then really be able to take the game to them.
John Patter tries to flick it, probably was never on. Kane Taylor, who also scored the Manchester City goal in their recent 5-1 defeat against Stoke City. His efforts on goal tonight seems to be counting for a lot more thus far. Good ball from Simpson Poozy to Ndala. Ndala is fouled by Jan Patter. I think his feet were just too quick for Jan Patter on that occasion.
Yeah, he just wrong-footed him. Very, very quick feet, Ndala. Wrong-footed him, and I think there was obviously contact there, and a foul, but nothing more than that needed.
City not pushing everybody forward, as you can see there on your screen. They're outnumbered in and around the Everton penalty area, which would suggest that either Jacob Wright or Kane Taylor will fancy this. Jacob Wright made his debut for the first team earlier this season in the FA Cup win against Huddersfield Town. Looks like he's sizing this up to try and test Fraser Barnsley. Never going to trouble Fraser Barnsley. Goal kick, Everton, and free kicks have been a little bit substandard tonight, Clarky, haven't they?
Yeah, you could say that, Darren. And maybe it's the exuberance of youth. They want them to fly in the top corner.
Yeah, and just hit the target.
Hit the target, maybe with the element of experience. Hit the turf in front of the goalkeeper. Make him work. Cause him a problem.
Might have problems here with Obuada. Does well to retain possession, last season's under-21 top goal scorer. That's one for Galvez. Just about keeps it in. He does well to find Sean McAllister. Isaac Heath breaking on that far side, the only option. Heath picks it up. Michael Okeke, as you can see, is on for City. Kyle John joining in the attacks, which he likes to do, but he doesn't play a good ball to Sean McAllister. A bit of a hospital ball that from Kyle. And he miscontrols it. It's a throw for Manchester City. Not Kyle John's best 15 seconds of the season.
No, as we mentioned a little bit before, that final pass, that little bit of care when they get into those advanced areas could certainly benefit them. You know, they've just got to take that extra little bit of care, look after the ball, give their teammate a pass that they would want to receive.
Keke goes in strongly on Kyle John. Knocks it towards Jan Patter, but Galvez got there first. But now here's Rowan Dixon with a chance to sprint forward down this right hand side. Plays it in field towards Sean McAllister. Nice footwork from Sean McAllister. Dixon wants it back. Apter offloads it. Dixon picks it up just onside. Back to Apter again. Purchase on the cross. It's a comfortable interception for Thomas Galvez.
Whether Roman Dixon could have crossed that ball on the run, put it in first time, and it would have given Kouyaté the opportunity to perhaps get across his marker and get an attempt on goal.
We need to start asking more questions, don't we?
Yeah, I think you're right, Darren. A lot of the stuff, there's been some good stuff, has been played primarily in front of them.
Yeah.
You know, can we get in behind them? Can we cross it in between the goalkeeper and the defenders?
There's a chance.
Yeah.
McAllister. Jan Patter, nice turn by Jan Patter. Checks back inside to Katia Kouyaté. Not a great deal to aim at inside the penalty area, in fairness. After breaks into the penalty area, shoots for goal. Direction, but not the power. But at least it's an attempt on goal, Clarky.
It is. There's been some positive play, certainly in the last 30 seconds or so. We're in their half, we're in their final third. Perhaps like to see one or two more bodies getting into the penalty area, but there's positive signs.
True Grant, chested down by Obuada. Everton have it back. Sean McAllister has been on the ball quite a bit early stages of the second half, and he drives into the penalty area. McAllister shoots with his left foot and finds the back of the net, and it's a terrific goal from Sean McAllister. Made by himself, taken by himself, his 6th goal of the season, and 8.5 minutes into the second period. The young Toffees are level. Everton 1, Manchester City 1, and that is a young man banging form.
Yeah, as we mentioned, they've started the half well. They've now got the goal that they wanted, they deserved. Some really good play here from Sean McAllister.
It's from nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He receives the ball between 3 or 4 players, drifts away from a couple, isolates one and shoots early.
Yeah,
I'm really pleased to see that. People shooting early, catches defenders off guard, goes through the players' legs.
Catches got to do better.
Pardon?
Has the keeper got to do better?
Possibly he's unsighted because it goes through the defenders' legs. I mean, you know, going back, one of the best, taking opportunities early. Romario, Brazil, Barcelona.
Yeah.
That toe poke. Now, if it's good enough for an individual like him, it's certainly something that other players can use.
The Yak was the same, Yakubu.
He was.
Just take it nice and early, and Yakubu very rarely blasted the ball in the back of the net. He passed the ball into the back of the net. It was a joy to watch, even in training.
Oh, he was. Caressed it firmly.
Yeah.
Lots of side foots, knew exactly where it was going. But he had that ability to put that extra bit of power on it with his side foot as well.
Now then, spring in the tail. Here comes Kyle John. Gets Everton up the pitch. Gives this to Kasia Kayate. Samuel comes across. Kayate slides it forward to Isaac Heath. Oh, he was a little bit unfortunate there. I don't think he meant to take that touch, and they took the ball away from it. Better again.
Yeah, definitely. It's, Sean McAllister's just gone down.
He's gone down again, yeah. That's the last thing we want, is anything to him. As I said earlier, he hasn't had much luck. If it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have had no luck at all the last couple of years. He's in the best form of his Everton career. And he certainly took his goal really well. It was all of his own making. And there you go, back on his feet. He's going to have to come off, of course, because he's been assessed. In fact, he is going to come off. There you go, there's the sign. And Sean McAllister cuts a rather forlorn figure as he walks off the pitch. Don't like the look of that, Pete.
No, he's not a happy character, is he? Physio goes on, tends to him, and the decision's made very, very early to substitute him. Like you say, not good to see. You know, he's played well this evening. The majority of good things that have come from those in Royal Blue has come through him.
Off he comes, and he's just speaking to the medical people on this near side, and I'm hoping that is just a precaution. He's still at the stage where they're treating him with a bit of kid gloves because of the injury problems he's had, and he's done smashing again tonight. And we wish him well. But one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity, and Harrison Armstrong is on. There he is on the ball. Young man who'll be very eager to please.
Definitely, like you say, it's an opportunity for him. And you know, so you know, time where he can go on and express himself, and hopefully he can impose himself in the game as soon as possible.
Here I Campbell. Bates. A little bit too congested. And Darlot as well. To Carl Samuel. He, by the way, is the son of the late J. Lloyd Samuel. Played for Bolton and Aston Villa. Lost his life in tragic circumstances. It's great to see Mikhail Samuel carrying on the family tradition of being a very, very good footballer. Captain of England under-18s. That's a great ball into the channel from Noble. But Roman Dixon eats up the ground. Defends it really well. Noble.
It's worrying me, this, Darren. All these young players I'm seeing now, the fact that I've played with their fathers.
Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I was watching Sheffield Wednesday recently, and Bailey Cadamarti played and scored.
Yeah.
When Danny Cadamarti's lads playing professional football, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know the clock's ticking.
It is. Obviously, played with Danny as well, and there's a WhatsApp group that we're all in. Former youth players from the club around that youth cup winning team era, so there was plenty of back and forth between the lads, and lots of congratulatory messages to young Bailey and his dad as well.
Forging a good career for himself at Sheffield Wednesday.
It is for sure.
But when you remember Danny Cadamarti scoring in a Merseyside derby against Liverpool at the age of 17, and now you're watching his lad play on Sky on a Friday night.
It's scary. Scary how quickly time goes.
The clock is ticking, mate. Liam Higgins is about to come on for Everton as well, and that would probably could be for Kasia Kayate. He's just edging his way back to Matt Sharpless. Noble to Galvez, back to Noble again. This could go either way, this game, couldn't it?
Yes, very finely poised at the minute. Since half-time, we've been the team in the ascendancy. We've been better. It's certainly a contest now that's very, very open.
Fraser Barnsley comes a long way. Side foots the ball out of play. Starting position from Fraser Barnsley. Throwing for City on the far side. It's going to be a couple of substitutions for Everton because Charlie Whittaker is coming on as well. Matty Apter is being replaced by Charlie Whittaker. Terrific to see Charlie back in. He was on the fringes of the first team picture when he picked up his injury. And Katia Kiyate is coming off for Liam Higgins. Just about minutes on the pitch for Kiyate. He's got that tonight.
Oh, great to see him getting minutes on the pitch. He's acquitted himself well.
Yep, done okay tonight.
Yeah, he looked strong, he looked powerful out there. So, you know, when players are coming back from injury, they're good signs. Moving forward, hopefully you can get more minutes, more time on the pitch and get back in the groove.
Charlie Whittaker went to Orlando with the first team on a pre-season tour during the COVID lockdown. So he was clearly in the manager's thoughts at the time. Then his promising career was halted in its tracks with a serious ligament injury. It's been a long road back. It's tough. It's the toughest thing of all, isn't it? When you're training on your own, you're in the gym on your own, you're working with the physio one-to-one, you can't get involved with the rest of the lads as much as I'm sure they try to keep you involved, Pete.
Yeah, it's a very testing time for an individual. Those long-term injuries. It takes a lot of mental strength and strong will to get through those tough moments.
You've got to be patient. You've got to be a patient, haven't you? And do exactly as the medical team tell you, as much as you'd like to be back quicker.
Yeah, you do. It's, you've got to be meticulous in your recovery and your rehabilitation. And hopefully, you know, they'll reap the benefits of that and be able to, you know, really progress on from here now and show his true worth.
Can't win that one. Charlie Whittaker. Jacob Wright to Samuel. Okeke. Isaac Heath and Harrison Armstrong just too keen to win the ball back. Free kick for Manchester City. Huge game for the first team tomorrow, isn't it, by the way? Fulham at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, it is. It's they're all of distinct importance at the minute, but you know it is a huge game tomorrow. And
when you've got Tottenham and Manchester City and you're following two games,
yeah, definitely. But it's an opportunity for us to go and put in a positive performance and pick up points. You know,
really would give the place a lift.
Of course. You know, Fulham are a decent side, good Premier League side, but it's not, you know, a team that's not got its vulnerabilities, and it's not a team that can be you know, beaten.
We've got to look at it as a chance to get points, haven't we?
Definitely.
Or at a point.
Definitely. You know, I think obviously the manager's meticulous in his practice. The lads organised. I think it's a real opportunity for us to go and get points, like you say, point. But I think there's an opportunity for us to frustrate them, and with that, the longer the game goes, I think it'll give us an opportunity to go and win the game.
Myself and Graham Stewart will bring full audio commentary on EvertonFC.com live from Craven Cottage tomorrow from your kick-off time of 7:45. Jacob Wright. Galvez brings it in field, but the move breaks down. Liam Higgins involved. That'll be a throw in for Everton, but not before Manchester City can bring on Nico O'Reilly, an 18-year-old who's been on the bench for the first team, and he's replacing Glaswegian Josh Adam. Former Celtic youngster trots off, and Nico O'Reilly comes on. .64 minutes on the clock. One apiece. This game is there for the taking. not really, without wishing to tempt the gods, they've not really threatened Fraser Barnsley much in this second period, Pete.
No, I think he's spot on with that, Darren. And you know what? First half, yes, they dominated possession, but other than the goal and the one save that he made from Samuel, there's not been too much that I can remember.
No, he's not been overworked, has he?
Being overworked, it wasn't save after save after save. So, you know, the boys have grown into the game. You know, I think they're slightly edging it, but you've got to score when you're on top.
Yeah,
you've
absolutely.
Got to make your opposition, you know, put them under that pressure and make them pay when you've got the edge on them.
True, Grant. To Noble. Only 16. Cian Noble. Nice play by Wright to get away from Harrison Armstrong, who gives chase valiantly. Taylor plays the ball behind, and Darla. Mansell's flags up on the far side anyway. Reece Welsh for Everton. And again. Jan Patter runs out of space, picked up by Jacob Wright, goes for goal. And doesn't get anywhere near it.
No, he doesn't. And you know what, Darren? That was a really promising opportunity for Manchester City. He's took on the shot, but if I was the player running on his outside shoulder, I'd be really disappointed that he didn't slip me in, because if he had, he's done a free shot at the goalkeeper.
Kyle John, the return pass. That's exactly, I'll use the phrase that you've been using all night, take a bit more care.
Yeah,
they're not difficult passes, are they?
No, it's not a difficult pass. There's a big area of space to play that ball into, and you know, if you take that extra little bit of care, you've got Kyle John running down the outside there into a crossing position. With that, you can get players in the box in scoring positions.
There's Ndala. Rowan Dixon forces him away and wins a throw in on this near side, and that's been every bit as keenly contested as we thought it would be. Ndala and Rowan Dixon, the two speed merchants.
It has. It's been a really intriguing battle. You know, one I'd like to say that Rowan Dixon's winning. I think he's edging it. He's had a really challenging evening, but it's a good sign that he's sticking diligently to his task and showing his worth defensively. We know his capabilities going forward, so more of it. That's a foul.
Looked a foul, yeah. Let a lot go tonight, the referee, but I don't mind that as long as he's consistent.
That's the thing.
Lets it go for both sides. Cian Noble for Manchester City. 67.5 minutes gone. We are at the three-quarter point in this Premier League 2 game here at Finch Farm, and it's one apiece. And the game is there for the taking for whoever wants to grab it by the scruff of the neck. Dixon scores the clearance, but finds Charlie Whittaker, who is bundled over illegally, says the referee, by Cian Noble, and it will be a free kick for the Toffees. Who's your next game, Peter? Weekend?
It is. It's the weekend. We've got Chorley at home, so they're in good form.
Some big clubs in National League North these days, isn't it? It's a very, very competitive football league.
There is. There's clubs in there that have been consistently in the National League national, and also clubs that have been Football League clubs in the course of time. So
nice touch by Higgins. Can he get a shot away? No, he just runs out of time and space on the edge of the penalty area. There's teams like Darlington and Scunthorpe in that league that you've played against in the Football League. As Jan Patter goes through, lays it off, real chance for Everton. Oh, and it's scuffed just at the wrong moment. There's a chance for Charlie Whittaker, and I'm sure Charlie Whittaker at full pelt, full fitness, full match sharpness would have tucked that away. Here's the replay, Pete.
Yeah, really good feet from Jan Patter, and just like you say, at the wrong moment he just doesn't get enough leverage on the shot to get any pace or power, and really test the goalkeeper. But positive signs.
Yep. Noble, carried away by Armstrong, picked up by Akeke. Back to Samuel. Akeke again. No way forward for Manchester City. Kane Taylor just gets his foot whipped from under him by Higgins. It's a free kick for the visitors. Jacob Wright. What ball that is.
So it's at 50 yards right to the path of this wide player.
Rico Hamilton. Back to Okeke. Again, Everton. Stay strong, stay disciplined. No way through for Manchester City. Galvez and Darla on this left-hand side. Couple of step overs. Brings it infield. Again, Everton stay strong. Well, that's a nice bit of skill. Again, can't get the shot away. Defending resolutely, Everton.
Really, really good to see them showing patience in the defending, Darren, not lunging into tackles, standing up, moving their feet, making the strikers have to work an opportunity, not giving them anything. And obviously they've got the rewards by stopping them getting the shot off. Now the ball's in the hands of Fraser Barnsley.
They have been resolute on many occasions this year, the Everton back four. Even when we played Southampton here before Christmas and won 5-0, there was a real determination, you know as well as anyone, to get that clean sheet at the end of the game.
Yeah, of course, you know, like you say,
That's what we judged on, isn't it?
it is. Defenders, you know, as much as everyone wants to score and assist goals, defenders really, really take pride in that clean sheet and doing well in the defensive work. So, you know, to get those clean sheets, it's something they'll be really, really pleased with, no matter what the score.
One or two fouls creeping into the game as we approach the final 20 minutes. Justin Aguado, the latest to be impeded. Jacob Wright curls it wide to Ndala. That's a right that's whacked away by Armstrong, and Everton are committed to defend the Manchester City attack, and there's nobody further forward. Noble again. Samuel. Hamilton spots the forward run of Nico O'Reilly and gets in round the back here for Manchester City. Plays it back to Hamilton. Jacob Wright onto Ndala. Nobody wants to shoot here. Ndala brings the ball in field, eventually takes a shot, it takes a deflection and goes wide for a corner, but a bit of reluctance to take a pot shot there along the way.
You know, in the initial build-up, they looked like they could get into that wide area, get across. Nico O'Reilly, I thought he could have crossed and didn't turn back, they recycle the ball across, but like you say, there seemed a real reluctance to get a shot off. In the end, there was a great block from, I think it was Reece Welch, getting his body in the way of things.
In the corner, drifts out of play harmlessly. 73.5 minutes on the clock at Finch Farm. Everton Under-21s 1, Manchester City 1. A keenly contested game, not many genuine goal scoring opportunities worthy of a mention, but it's been a close contest and it's still up for grabs. Ball breaks for Taylor. He's positive, takes it forward. Hamilton inside the penalty area, can't get the ball up from underneath his feet. The first attempt is blocked and then it's scrambled away. More good defending from Reece Welch. But he might have to do it again, and he does do it again, and again he's effective. And Everton can clear the lines, but It's not sticking up top, it's coming back quickly.
Yeah, like you say, we need the ball to stay up this end of the pitch a little more than it is. The defending's been fantastic. Reece Welch there, a couple of really good blocks, important blocks, but we don't want Manchester City building up a head of steam and you know, forcing us to be camped in our own half.
Strong challenge. Well, the referee thought about blowing his whistle, but then he saw Kyle Noble come away with the ball and wave play on. Hamilton gets the look of the ricochet. Turns away from Armstrong. City are just turning the screw here. Just having a little 5-minute spell of domination, certainly with regards to possession, albeit they haven't tested Fraser Barnsley. And Darla. Hamilton. Galvez. Again. Yeah, blocked by Everton. Keke. Jacob Wright. And Darla. Brings it in field, gets a shot away, and that's blocked as well. Now can Isaac Heath launch a counter-attack for Everton towards Charlie Whittaker, headed away though by Noble. Just haven't managed to get Charlie into the game yet, have we?
No, you know, we're very deep in our own half there. Like you say, he's tried to get him in behind. Maybe it's almost that he needs to come and get hold of the ball to feet. Clever play there though.
Flick unlucky. See what he was aiming for, and if you're going to aim for anybody in full flight, it's Roman Dixon. Worth a try by Whittaker. And Roman Dixon has to trot back into position. Paul Tate would like to see us have a bit more of the ball. We're not getting on the ball, are we?
Yeah, no, they're dominating possession again at Manchester City. We're defending really disciplined, resolute in the defending, but then you know, the last thing we want either is Charlie Whittaker becoming isolated. You know, so it's something that I'm sure Paul Tate's aware of, and maybe there looks to be some activity down in that dugout. If he's maybe he's just going to tweak something now, and
Eddie Jones is about to come on. Reece Welch has just cleared one high over the fence into the little car park behind the goal, and Eddie Jones is coming on for Everton to replace Callum Bates. Couldn't really get on the ball in the second half as much as he did in the first, Callum.
No, other than the initial period of the first half where we started well, got the goal. It's been more Manchester City again, but with probably quarter of an hour to go, a little less to the 90-minute mark, but with added time, probably quarter of an hour. It'd be nice to just see he's got a little bit more of a foothold in the game again, and put City under some more pressure, because it's still really evenly balanced in the grand scheme of things, Darren.
Olaf Charlie wins the header. Kane Taylor picks it up, and again it just doesn't stick in the final third for the Toffees. Keke, that's a big foul. The referee plays an advantage. Kyle John in field to Isaac Heath. Brings it into the middle of the park. Plays it short to Eddie Jones. In field to Armstrong. It's a very young Everton side now for these closing stages of the game. Kyle John into the penalty area. Headed away by Noble. Galvez has sufficient time to allow the ball to bounce. And Manchester City can build again on that right hand side with Okeke. Jacob Wright and Darla. Galvez, real chance for Manchester City, and again the shot scuffed. Dick O'Reilly trying to get the second ball. Down goes the player inside the penalty area, and a full-length stop from Fraser Barnsley. Eventually could have gone anywhere, but again good defending from Everton, but City will feel they should have scored.
Yeah, here's the replay, Darren. The ball comes there to I'm not sure why
It's
he
the
does it.
second
Nico,
phase, isn't
yeah,
it?
O'Reilly, the ball drops and I'm thinking lace it at the goal. I'm glad he didn't, obviously. But if he'd laced that at the goal, likely he scores. He tries some clever play, and brilliant from the boys at the back there. They were determined not to concede, and got the blocks in and made the tackles. But it's just something we've got to be a little bit aware of, that we've got to stop them overloading us and getting into those areas where they can get those pullbacks and really hurt us.
Unless we can get some possession in the Manchester City half, this could be a long 10 minutes, this.
Yeah, it could be. I think just looking at things, I think Paul Tate's perhaps just tweaked one or two things there, bringing on Eddie Jones. So I think he's gone with 3 centre-backs. He's pushed Roman Dixon and Carl John into the wing-back areas, and we're now playing with 2 central strikers, which hopefully will allow us to keep the ball up the pitch a little bit more with Liam Higgins and Charlie Whittaker as those strikers now.
10 minutes to go. We're approaching next goal the winner territory here at Finch Farm. Okeke. All the way back to Mikhail Samuel. Jacob Wright. To Noble. Grant takes an age to feed the ball wide to this near side. Galvez turns away from one, skips past another, crosses the halfway line, sprints into a little gap, but then he has to check and offload the ball, and a good strong challenge comes in from Liam Higgins. He's got that in his locker. Nico O'Reilly. He's been impressive since he came on. He's a tall figure, but he moves well, moves nicely for the tall guy. And on that occasion, Kyle John takes it off him.
Terrific defending from Kyle John there. Very, very patient, didn't dive in, stood up, won the ball, came away with it.
Again, give the ball away. Allow Manchester City to build again. Ngala. He's teasing Roman Dixon, and Roman Dixon just a little bit too hasty. As soon as you lay your arms on somebody, you're always likely to give away a free kick, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. I like the way he defends. He's front foot, he's aggressive, he doesn't want the winger to take advantage of him, get up ahead of steam. Sometimes you've, like you say there, Dan, you can't lay hands on people because you run the risk of giving away free
Sometimes you've got to accept that you're not going to win the ball, so just shepherd them away.
Exactly. Sometimes success as a defender is actually forcing the attacker back.
Yep. Since you've got 3 players over the ball, chance to get the ball into the penalty area. Defending a high line on the edge of the penalty box. City not exactly ploughing players forward with 7 minutes to go. Indeed, they don't put the ball into the penalty area, they play it back, and that's often the case. And I know Everton managers in the past who we both worked with who would have gone berserk there. What an opportunity to get the ball into the box.
I mean, personally, we get a free kick in that wide sort of an area. I'd be wanting the individual taking it to put it into the area and give those bigger players, those perhaps aerially dominant players, the opportunity to go and attack it and get an opportunity at the goal.
You still get annoyed, Peter, when you make that long journey into the opposition penalty box and don't get the delivery that you're expecting?
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's the biggest sin, isn't it, for us to commit against the centre half?
You know, you go up hoping to get something on a free kick, and it doesn't beat the first man or go straight out of play. Frustrating, but I suppose you've got to live and learn a little sometimes as well, Darren.
There's Ndala, he's in round the back. Oh, goodness me, it did sit up, but that's as wide as it's possible to get from Joel Ndala, the 17-year-old. It's just about gone out for a goal kick over on the far side. It nearly went out for a throw-in, but it did sit up awkwardly for him just as he swung his foot.
It did, just as he was cocking his foot to strike it. It sat up terribly, and pretty glad it did, because
it was a chance.
It was a real opportunity, to be honest with you, and like you say, it was fairly wide of the target.
Everton, ironically, since Everton got level, it's been all Manchester City. And the plethora of substitutions on both sides obviously affects the flow of the game. Now then, here's Higgins. Can he get a bit of space down that far side? He's being pursued all the way by Samuel. Samuel brings the ball away. We've just been lacking a physical presence in their half of the field, haven't we, really?
Yeah, as it's gone forward, certainly in this second half, you're looking, Kyle Samuel and Keane Noble they've been able to deal with things pretty, efficiently, and also, restart those attacks for the Manchester City team.
Time ebbing away here at Finch Farm. One apiece. Taylor gets it back off Jacob Wright. Finds Abuado tests the goalkeeper that time. Fraser Barnsley was equal to it. It was a good save at his near post. Abuado plays it back to Okeke. Okeke with his right foot into the side netting. Two of the best efforts of the half there.
Yeah, they were. The first one, Fraser Barnsley, he gets down well. The angle was cut off, and he makes a good save at his near post. And to be honest with you, the second one from Okeke, he struck it ever so well, but thankfully it whistled past the post and onto the side netting.
Good save, that, isn't it?
Yeah, they're difficult sometimes, those that are close to the body, down by the feet, but he manoeuvred himself well, and like you say, a good stop.
Michael Okeke with the follow-up effort found the side netting. Everton can breathe again, and Everton can go again. A couple of 4 minutes to go. Headed on by Whittaker, cleared. Jan Patter does well there, Jan Patter. Away goes Kyle John, still full of energy in the 87th minute. It's a great run by Kyle John. Just runs out of time and space again though. Just didn't offload it in time.
No, if he could have popped that pass off a little bit sooner, there were opportunities for other players. The two lads up top there, Charlie Whittaker and Liam Higgins, who made good runs, but just the pass wasn't realised.
Noble. Space there for Okeke. Galvez to Andala. Galvez again. There's Isaac Heath. He's done well there. He's penned in a little bit. He's done really, really well. Armstrong needs somebody left. He's got Charlie Whittaker. Here is Whittaker. And he's closed out. Another move breaks down.
Yeah, when Harrison Armstrong picks that up in the middle of the pitch, I'd love to see him run behind Isaac Heath. I think it was an opportunity perhaps to test him in behind, and then you're getting into areas where lads can get shots off, or test the goalkeeper, or get crosses to the other forward players or attacking players coming into the box. Like I say, just those little bits of care and those bits of decision making when they get in those good areas.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Galvez. There's still time for a goal here. Well defended.
Use help him, bro.
It'll be a free kick for the Toffees. That'll please Paul Tate no end. A few minutes added time for the plethora of substitutions that have been made in this second half. And as we approach the 90th minute, Peter, is a share of the spoils of fairly fair results at the moment?
I think it probably is a fair reflection of things. I think in terms of possession, Manchester City have probably edged it.
Yeah.
But in terms of opportunities, chances, and there's not been an abundance of them throughout the
No, there
game
hasn't,
either.
no.
I think we've perhaps just edged that. So, yeah, probably a fair reflection on things, but still, it's not all over and done with just yet.
Jang Patter, he's done well tonight.
Yeah, been
Stuck at
impressed.
it, hasn't
He has. The initial part when he was playing wide, he was diligent in his defensive work, and now he's moved more centrally. He's wanted to receive the ball, take the ball off players, and run with it, get forward. I've been impressed with the way he's played this evening.
Not the best forward ball from Isaac Heath. Manchester City again regain control on the edge of their own penalty area. 90 minutes just about up. Fourth official has the board in his hand. Before he can tell us how long there is to be added, he's got to oversee a substitution for Manchester City. Mika Hamilton is coming off, and 17-year-old Matty Warhurst is on. And there'll be 3 minutes of added time. Fraser Bonsley sends it long. Whittaker can't get that one. Samuel can. Carl Samuel again. Good play by Noble. Kyle John. Is there going to be one last chance for Everton to snatch victory before the end of the game?
Yeah, like you say, we're into those final added minutes. And I think there's probably one chance left in the game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's certainly going to be an Everton opportunity.
A little bit of smash and grab right at the end, but sloppy play from Eli Campbell. Alvarado. Go and find a white jersey. But again, Manchester City just pick Everton off. Taylor brings it towards the edge of the penalty area. Good foot in by Armstrong. Now then, Rowan Dixon brings it away for Everton. And Darla gets goal side. Armstrong takes over. Whittaker peels off. 2 against 2. Harrison Armstrong. Whittaker has to arc his run. It wasn't the best ball in. It's up for grabs here with Rowan Dixon. He just couldn't get there. It's a corner kick for Everton. And that was the moment you were talking about, Pete.
It was that last opportunity. Just some good play. The slide pass. Good tackle from Keane Noble, but then breaks to Rowan Dixon and
just pulls out at the right moment, Dixon, doesn't
yeah,
he?
but True Grant came out really quick and added that angle on him.
This must be it. We've got 40 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Corner kick, right hand side. It'll be the last action of the game. In it comes.
There
Headed
you go.
goal
Oh!
towards, saved by the goalkeeper. I thought that was the moment. Reece Welsh headed arrowing towards the top corner, and True Grant did really well to keep it out. And we were on our feet then. Well, we asked for one last chance, we got one, and we nearly got the winner.
Yeah, no, the corner was a good one. What's this?
There's Isaac Heath, edge of the penalty area. Got to get a shot away. Oh, he's put it well wide. That would just about be it, but we thought that was the moment, didn't we?
Yeah, good corner, good delivery. Make the opposition defend it. Reece Welsh gets up well, and good contact on it. And it looks like it's going in that top corner. True Grant gets across and makes a really good save. It's, certainly we've had the better of the opportunities, although City have had the better of the possession.
Kyle John over on the far side, and I don't like to see a player go down when time is up. It would indicate that there's a little bit of something there.
Yeah, it looks
Is he
on
on
the
his
screen.
hamstring?
He looks like he's holding the back of his leg. Never a good sign, to be honest with you, that, Darren. But
we haven't got another substitute to put on unless George Pickford, the substitute goalkeeper, comes on as a makeshift left back for the closing few seconds. The referee will blow the whistle, I think, as soon as Manchester City take the goal kick. Let's see a replay of that header from Reece Welsh. He got up well enough. Nothing wrong with the delivery, nothing wrong with the header, and certainly nothing wrong with the save either.
Good play all around. The corner, the header, the goalkeeping.
Carl John is off the pitch, but he's on his feet at least, and the referee allows play to go on. We've had 4 minutes of the added 3. Noble, Samuel, referee quite content to let play go on. Samuel looks for Ndala on this near side. It's a good take from him. Carl Jones back on the pitch. No, he's not. We have to wait at least 30 seconds. I don't think Carl's coming back on.
No, he looks like he's
limping badly, isn't he?
Yeah, he's certainly carrying the issue, whatever that might be, whether it's that hamstring. He's coming back on now, though, Darren.
Yeah, he's coming back on
very gingerly, though.
Yeah, just to defend this, to be a body in there. Well, I hope he doesn't make it worse.
No.
Everton could have easily put George Pickford on, who's a big lad. He's the substitute goalkeeper. They could have given him an outfield shirt and put him on to just be a nuisance in there, because we've now had 5 minutes of the added 3, and the referee's going to let Manchester City take this free kick. Not sure where the added 2 minutes have come from. City put the ball into the penalty area, and it's volleyed away, and still we go on.
Yeah, very strange. I know Carl John went down injured, and he might have been down 2 minutes or whatnot, but that was at the end of that.
Noble puts the ball inside the penalty area, headed away
at the period of time.
Isaac Heath volleys it forward. Galvez feeds it back. We've now had nearly 6 minutes of added time. The referee does blow the final whistle, and it's ended all square here at Finch Farm on a Monday night in Premier League 2. Everton 1, Manchester City 1, probably just about right, as you said earlier.
Yeah, like you say, probably a fair reflection on things. Chances created, shots on the target. I think we probably edge it in the grand scheme of things. I think Manchester City perhaps had the better of the possession, but possession doesn't always win you games.
No, not at all. Goal in each half, and almost a winner from Reece Welch right at the death. But it's ended all square. My thanks, as always, to Peter Clark alongside me. We'll have him in again, I'm sure, before the end of the season. And it's finished at Finch Farm. Everton 1, Manchester City 1. Thanks for your company.